Hey, what's going on, guys? Fate here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm here to bring you guys my GG Inc. round 3 through 6 games. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So round 3, I'm 1-1. I'm going to play against Undead, and it's a big game. It's a big game. We need to win it because we don't want to fall to 1-2. So it's an extremely big game to try to win here. So you should be able to see the matchup on your screen. We got Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Willow, Pain Split, Spidef, Rotom Wash. Relatively simple set there. Then we have a Boots, Ceruledge with Bitterblade, Poltergeist, Shadow Sneak, and Willow. Also a very simple set with the Terra Ghost. We're going to try to click Poltergeist a whole bunch because there's no real switch-ins. This guy's just a booster energy, just trying to hit buttons guy. Really nothing much more to him. This is Giga Drain, Light Screen, Leech Seed, Protect with the Citrus Berry. Really here to help us with the Ogre Palm Water. And the Citrus Berry is just going to help us stay out of U-turn range, as well as we have the potential Harvest, and then we have Leech Seed, Protect to make sure we're not too passive. Jirachi here, Calm Mind, Psychic, Aura Sphere with Wish, and this is partially a Artualodon check, and then partially your or just partially like a threat. Sorry, I got a little lost there. Anyways, next we have Darkrai, Dark Pulse, Focus Blast, Sub, Nasty Plot. Dark Pulse and Focus Blast are pretty much the only two attacks that we need here, so that's all I was going to run on that. And then otherwise, I just thought that Sub and Nasty Plot made sense as the other two combinations for the moves there. So let's get into the game against Undead here. You can see the matchup there, and it pretty much brings everything that I thought he would bring. Carping was maybe a little surprising, but you know, other than that, there's nothing really there. And we're gonna have the lovely Showdown replays just bouncing back and forth. That'll be great for us. So I lead my Darkrai, and I kind of just wanted to get busy off lead, but I went into Rotom because I was not trying to take a bunch of hits with Darkrai on the Zapdos. And then they go the Archa on us as I click Volt. We go straight to Jirachi. Like I said, Jirachi's kind of set up as a soft check to the Artualodon. Fortunately, we get crit by that Dark Pulse there, but we're going to be able to do big damage with our Aura Sphere after a Calm Mind. We get Metal Bursted, but not a big deal. That thing's quite low now, so we can freely go Darkrai and Dark Pulse. And then we actually get red carded into Tusk, but that's honestly not that big of a deal. We just go for Ice Spinner, trying to catch Zapdos, and obviously we'd be able to catch this as well. Unfortunately, the Artualodon is Custap Berry, but I do get to get a Rapid Spin off, get a little speed boost. But yeah, we take 98% from that Draco, which is very tough, very tough. But now we're in a really good spot off that Hurricane miss, but you know, that's Hurricane. And the Great Tusk just puts in a ton of work here, doing like half to a bunch of things, as we do a shit ton of damage to this Spectre as well. So yeah, very, very huge for us there. And then I'm going to Revenge with Ceruledge, clicking Shadow Sneak. Pretty simple stuff. We have like a lot of momentum because of that Great Tusk and what he did. And then we just have Ceruledge here to just click big buttons at this point. And we actually stay in here, and we're able to get off another Poltergeist, get another kill. Obviously, the Spectre is going to be the one that comes in. And from here, he's got to try to use the Ogre Pawn to beat me down. I just drop my Ceruledge here, let it die, because it gets outsped by both Mons. And then bring in my Arboliva. It should be a free Leech Seed on the Zapdos, so even if the Zapdos comes in and wants to roost, it's leeched. So it's really not that big of a deal. And then from here we can go Rotom Wash, and Rotom's not going to take much from Zapdos. If it switches, it's going to take a Volt Switch on the Ogre Pawn, so we're pretty much in a golden spot here. And obviously we have the Darkrai to outspeed everything as well, so that's pretty much what's going to happen here. So we're going to use Darkrai to clean it up, and yeah, pretty simple, pretty simple. as the Zapdos comes out now, we're just going to Dark Pulse this twice, I believe, or actually a few more than twice. But yeah, relatively simple game. I was pretty happy with how I played it. Obviously, Great Tusk being able to do everything that it did, very helpful. But I think that the game plan was overall solid, as obviously you see Great Tusk didn't need that much to snowball, and then obviously we have the Ceruledge as well that just was able to put in a decent amount of work too. So that's the round 3 game against Undead. Let's go look at the round 4 game here against Butterchoke. This is a USIM game. Should be able to see the matchup on your screen, like I said, for the last one. And we have our Coco here with Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Grass Knot, Calm Mind. This is a pretty simple one. We got the Electrium Z. We're just trying to Calm Mind and do big damage. Nothing more to him. Then we have the Victini, which I believe, if I recall, was just my lead set with Bolt Strike, Grass Knot, Blue Flare, T-Wave. And it was just supposed to lead and either really cripple something with Thunder Wave or do a bunch of damage, especially since we have the Pasho Berry into the Rain team. So yeah, that was also relatively like a simple set, but I thought it was going to be really nice to be able to get a bunch of damage off or cripple something with T-Wave. Fizdef, Decidueye, Giga Drain, Shadow Ball, U-Turn Roost, the Yachi Berry. This is the Swampert check. And then we have Citrus Berry, Mesprit with Psychic, Energy Ball, Knockoff, and U-Turn. Another simple one, Spadef. This is just meant to take hits as best as I possibly can. And then we have a bunch of utility moves and Energy Ball to try to catch things, do damage, threaten things, etc. Sharpedo here, Crunch, Liquidation, Aqua Jet, and Protect. Relatively simple. Hopefully it snowballs at the end of the game. And then Licky Licky, Flamethrower, Toxic, Wish, Protect. This is the Scizor check, because Scizor could get out of hand relatively easily, as well as just other Fizdef things. So let's go ahead and look at our game against Butterchoke here. And let's see. Off the lead, pretty much everything you would have expected. Umbreon is like a little strange, I feel, into my team, but still makes sense. Definitely something that was in the realm of possibilities when looking at the game. And you're going to see I do just lead my my lead Victini, like I said I would. So I just go for T-Wave, hoping it wasn't sub. And then I actually don't have a move for this, so I'm just going to like let this die. I potentially should have just switched instead of like doing this. Now that I think about it, after like seeing all of this, I maybe should have went like Mesprit and just like started clicking Knock or some shit. Or just like Licky Licky. I don't know. Licky Licky is probably bad though, because then he could have set up on me after the Memento. But yeah, out comes this. I T-Wave this too. And off the Memento, and then I'm going to go for Bolt Strike. Obviously, with the Memento and the screens up, we do no damage. But we are going to get 2 of these off, do some good damage, have the T-Wave off. So it's not a bad thing to lose my Victini in this way. And then unfortunately, I do have to rip the Z move, because with the light screen up, it can actually live T-Bolt. So I have to rip the Z move. Pretty unfortunate there. And then brings out the Umbreon. I just click CM. I was not prepared for like a Sunny Day Maction there, because as you'll see, what Venusaur is going to do to me here coming in is not good. Not good. So we go Mesprit, and off the growth, and you're going to see what this does. The Solar Beam just destroys me. Pretty unfortunate, because I do have a chance to live that, but I don't. It's like 50-50-ish, if I recall, and I just get destroyed. So now we got to try to run out the Sun Turn, or the Sun Turns, and just hope I can. And we're forced to sack Decidueye, so we now have nothing for Swampert for later. Bring up my Sharpedo. I switched to Coco. I was supposed to go Coco first, if I recall, because Venusaur was not in Sharpedo range yet. So I should have went Coco or Licky Licky first, and hit it, and then tried to get my my guy in. But this got pretty much set up as poorly as possible because I would have rather had like Sharpedo in, already mega'd and stuff. But with the Swampert at the HP that it was at, it was just never going to happen realistically once the Decidueye went down. So, because obviously still had the Politoed as well to put the rain up. So it was just never really going to happen here. And all I'd have to say is kind of got cooked by Sun. Maybe I should have had like an AV Victini or something like that on top of the Mesprit to maybe help that prep. And it could have also been like something for Latios as well. And I think that would have gone a long way in terms of trying to, you know, stop this Sun thing from happening. But yeah, so we lose our round 4 game, drop to 2-2. Let's get into the round 5 build here. The round 5 game is a forced Sword and Shield here. Matchup is hopefully on your screen. And we have a pretty standard Torn here. Hurricane, knockoff, Heat Wave, U-turn. Relatively standard stuff. Like knock, U-turn, obviously just 2 of the best utility moves in the game. And then we need Hurricane and Heat Wave, I feel, in this matchup just to be a threat to things. And then we have Rhyperior here, Rendo Berry, EQ Stone Edge, Stealth Rock, Toxic. Standard Rhyperior when you're matched up into these good electric types that get grass coverage. And then we have this absolutely overcooked Hydreigon here, Dark Pulse, Earth Power, Head Smash, Roost with the Roselli Berry. This is for Togekiss, so we're gonna eat the Dazzling Gleam after a Head Smash. And I think there's another thing. I don't have the matchup pulled up myself right now, which is why I'm like tiptoeing around what mons they have. But I think there's another mon that got fairy coverage, if I recall. So yeah, thought process with this, relatively simple. We get to Dark Pulse and Earth Power. Their team really dislikes this. I think there's a Coco, right? Am I tripping? And then we have Head Smash as well to help us with that little bit of extra coverage that we need. And then we have this Scarf, Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, U-turn, Fire Punch. Standard guy, gonna revenge kill things, gonna flinch things. You know how he does it. And then we got Hydro, Volt Switch, Toxic, Pain Split, Rotom Wash with a lot of speed. This is speed for Goldango? No, this is Sword and Shield. I don't know what the speed is for, but whatever. I have no idea. No, this doesn't even hit with Goldango. I don't know what am I cooking. But we got a lot of speed. Volt Switch, Toxic, Pain Split. This is, what did we play? Did we play Mamoswine? I think we played, but does it not hit 285? Okay, it doesn't hit 285. Okay, it must have been Mamoswine. Anyways, Clef. Yeah, this guy's very simple, by the way. We just standard Rotom Rush. And then we Clef, Moonblast, Flamethrower, Calm Mind, Soft Boiled with the Berry. Hopefully going to bait in that Sizz to Bullet Punch me. Or if late game I can get this set up, I can also get around Sizz with the Berry and hopefully sweep with this. So this guy, relatively standard, I'd say. And let's get into the game. So the game here, yes, it is Mamoswine. Okay, I was right. And there is a Coco. There was no Togekiss. Perhaps I made the Togekiss up. I have no idea what I had Smash for. No, I don't think so though. I remember prepping for Togekiss. Anyway, yeah, the team's pretty fat. Slowbro, Porygon 2, pretty fat stuff. And some big threats with the other mons. Versus my team, which is almost like all fat. But we have like a lot of pivot stuff as well. So pretty straight, bulky offense, I guess, from my team. And theirs as well, for the most part. But we lead Jirachi into Coco. And I'm like, this is cool. I'm going to click Iron Head. And that's what I do. And we take a bunch of damage, but so do they. And I get a nice switch here on the Slowbro coming out. And I get a free Toxic because Toxic on Slowbro, good. Toxic on Mamoswine, good. and I didn't really consider anything else coming in besides like maybe Porygon. And obviously Toxic on that is good. Like Gengar was never coming in. I don't think Sizz was ever coming in. So yeah, very good for us there. And then here I should just Hydro, and then I probably Toxic this as well. And yeah, now we're just spamming Toxic on all the fat stuff. Very good for us. Very good for us. And then we take a good amount from Volt Switch there, but the terrain is down. So I decided to stay in there. And I could get another Hydro off. And now we're really chipping this P2 down with the Toxic damage as well. And we get out of here. Recover's probably coming out. But we just go Jirachi. And I think I just click, or do I click U-turn? I do click U-turn. Click U-turn on the Slowbro coming out. And Rotom's back in. And Rotom just does not do nice things to this guy, to their team. And then we bring in our Hydreigon on the Slowbro's teleport. But my opponent kind of overcooks themselves. Because, like, obviously they have initiative. They could just Dazzling Gleam. They overcook themselves and click Grass Knot. Obviously, it does not matter if they click Gleam here, because I have the Roselli Berry. But it is just funny they did overcook themselves a little bit. But yeah, this is a good reason to have the Roselli Berries. It just lets this play be really free for me. There is no thoughts. I can just Earth Power for freezies. And then Sizz comes out. We just go to Torn. Torn felt good. We have the Heat Wave to threaten it. And then, obviously, if it's a U-turn, we're pretty much solid into everything else. Mamoswine comes out, clicks Knockoff. Pretty unfortunate that that's a crit, but I'm able to Pain Split up here. And then we're in a really good spot, even with the crit Knockoff. So, not a big deal there. Then we just Hydro. Gonna do a bunch of damage into the Sizz. And then my Rotom finally drops. But I think we're pretty golden at this point with the Hydreigon. Gonna be able to pretty much kill everything. Even the Colbert Slowbro will not save him. Actually, I don't know the trainer. Sorry. But yeah, then we reveal the Roselli Berry with the Gengar Dazzling Gleam. Not a big deal though, as from this point on, we're still in a solid spot. Unfortunately, we get Curse Bodied there, but Rhyperior can just come out and eat 2 of anything. And do we click Rocks? We do click Rocks, which is like questionable, I'll say. But I guess it's fine, because we're going to get that damage on Scizor, and this is going to die to Toxic after anyway. So, yeah, just a pretty solid game from my squad here. And we still have Torn to beat down the P2 that's also Toxic already. So, yeah, just really wore down the team with Rotom early on. Clicking Toxic, doing normal stuff that you would expect from a big, bulky offense team like this with a lot of pivots. Pretty standard stuff. So, let's move on to the round 6 game, final game. We are 3-2. Gotta win this last one to make the bracket. So, we have this Jirachi, Ironhead, U-turn, Wish, Protect with the Shuka Berry. Standard Jirachi. I really wanted like 6 moves here, so I fit what I felt like I needed to fit. Really wanted to like try to fit Rocks and like Thunder Wave and stuff, but I felt like U-turn was like kind of a must in this matchup, so I decided to go with this instead. Unfortunate that we don't have any utility moves really besides Wish and Protect, which is just like recovery, but it felt like what needed to happen. Then we have this just fat offensive Great Tusk with EQ, Close Combat, Ice Spinner, and Rapid Spin. Standard guy. He's going to come in, be fat, and hit big damage. And then we have Rotom Wash, which, you know, I like this guy. I like him. I like Jirachi. They're in a lot of teams. And we have Hydro, Volt Switch, Nasty Plot, and Pain Split. I felt like Nasty Plot was really good in this matchup. It's going to allow me to just push for extra damage when Rotom Wash is pivoting around. So yeah, I really like that. And we have some Fizz Def and some Spit F here. And then we have the Ceruledge, which is going to be my lead with the Focus Sash Weak Armor set with as the Bitterblade, Poltergeist, and Close Combat. And we are Terra Fighting. I didn't mention my other one. What was I, Terra Steel again? Yeah. We're Terra Fighting on this, and this is going to allow me to push for big damage into Ting Lu if this like does get going. like if the weak armor procs to get the SD off. If it does get going, the CC is going to allow me to push for big damage into Ting Lu. And if that happens, we can really, really like get snowballing. And then we have this Darkrai, which is just Scarf. Pretty standard. I felt like I needed a Scarfer to like revenge stuff, and Jirachi or Rotom could not really swing it in this matchup, so it just had to be Darkrai. And Darkrai felt solid in this role. Has like a really good move pool to get the job done, so that's what we went with. And then we have this Dual Dance Alcremie, but don't worry too much about him because he might come back, so don't worry about Alcremie. And then finally, we have the round 6 game. So, like I said, I'm just gonna leave my Ceruledge. So I actually don't click Swords Dance here because I thought there was a chance they have ground move. Right, bro? If I'm clicking Bitter Blade there and Shaman doesn't get ground move anymore, by the way, that's a total throw, I think. But regardless, I clicked. Maybe I was fearing Leech Seed too. I don't know what I was fearing, bro. I guess I'm pretty sure it was just ground move. I'm pretty sure I was just straight up scared of ground move. Like Scarf ground move or something. I have no idea. But yeah, I just Bitter Blade. I'm like, I'm gonna kill that. But on the Protect, I'm like, okay, they're scared. They don't have anything to threaten me. We click SD. We get the SD off. Get the weak armor boost here as the Pheasantipity hits me with a really, really weak Gunk Shot there. And now I just Bitter Blade up back to full because I'm not trying to miss again. And we just continue to do it. And now we can really start snowballing. And out comes the Ting Lu. And I already told you I'm terrified in close combat. So Ting Lu gets deleted, and now it's looking cooked for my friend here, as Ceruledge is just going to snowball here by clicking its strongest moves. And we have the Poltergeist there to kill that, and obviously the last two are dead to Bitter Blade. And yeah, Ceruledge just absolutely cooks there, so we get a 6-0 to make our way into the bracket. So that's right, your boy has made top 64. Thank you, thank you. Please give me my props in the comment section. And yeah, I will put out videos for your my top 64 run as well. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.